Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day it is you're watching this. This is Magnus Audio Fighter with another interesting thing I found in a place. I'm using my 2.7K Chinese video camera. It's fixed focus. It's pretty easy to use. It's got a handle on it, so at least I don't have to dick with it. But what we're looking at today is an Emerson Mustang. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but GE came out with a line of plastic turntables like this that were branded under the Mustang. I don't know why Emerson ever did this. I've never seen one of these. It's quite cool because it's like such thin plastic, and I'm amazed that it survived all these years. It's got a little crack right there. I think I could probably fix that, but I'm going to try to polish this out. It came with these speakers. See, it's got $4.99 on it for the whole thing. I don't know if you can see that or not. Now keep in mind this is a fixed focus camera, so no macro for you. And that's the box it came in. I found it that way. The turntable was in the box with a piece of bubble wrap over it, and then the two speakers were on top, and the lids were closed. The lid was closed on the box, so I kind of popped open the lid because it says kitchen stuff on it. Didn't know what was in it. I was just poking around. It just says kitchen. Fragile. Pantry. Jars and beans. Jars of rice. China. Spiral. Beets. Parchment paper. Well, that's impressive. Here we go. Alright, sorry about the movement. Anyway, I opened up the lid and I saw the top of one of these speakers, and I'm like, my spidey senses went off. I'm like, that looks like a speaker. I thought it was an 8-track player, one of those that is strictly for an 8-track, but then I looked down here and I saw the turntable, and I'm like, holy crap, I have to buy this. I absolutely have to buy this. So that's where we're at on this. I'm going to try to hook it up to speakers and play a record through it. Everything seems to, I haven't plugged it in yet, but the turntable platter is very free. The switches, it's been stored really well. There's no sign of it ever being exposed to an outdoor. It's like it was in a box in a stored, controlled storage unit or somebody's house. I don't know. But I mean, imagine how thin. I mean, listen to that. That's thin plastic. This whole thing weighs about maybe 2 ounces, and I might even measure this. It's got a black grill on it. But here's the point. It's got RCA jacks in it, but where the hell am I at? There. I can't see through the viewfinder. It's got RCA jacks, but somebody cut the wires off, so I'm going to have to come up with a pair of desktop computer speakers to hook up to this. I've got a pair with RCA jacks in it that I know work, and then we'll go ahead and power it up and see if the turntable plotter works. But what really amazes me is after all these years, this thing still has the plastic cover over the top. As you all well know, these always get tossed because they get cracked or whatever. So it's in pretty good shape. It doesn't weigh hardly anything. I'm serious. It's got a headphone jack, a volume control A, and a volume control B. So I guess it's got 2 separate, probably 1 transistor amplifiers in here. This is transistorized, of course. But it's from like the mid-60s. Everything about it's definitely Japanese made. It wasn't made by Emerson in the U.S. They probably bought it from a small Japanese company. There were about 3 or 4 of them that were making small plastic turntables back then in the 60s. So let me go ahead and get a pair of speakers for it with RCA jacks. And I'm going to look at the footage on this and see if it's worth using this 2.7K video camera, fixed focus. Uh, it's easy to use. I mean, you open the thing up and hit record and it's on its way. I don't know yet how to get the date and stuff off of it, so I'm working on that. Alright. Alright, we're back to the phone. I just spent 20 minutes filming something with my Casio XLM 12 megapixel that I had. I thought I'd try it out and do like an old camera thing for a couple of shots, and brought it back in and found out I'd been talking to myself for like 12 minutes because the sound doesn't work, so it's not picking anything up as static. And every once in a while you can kind of hear me all the way in the background going, so that's a bust. Plus the quality wasn't that good. This is doing this on, I'm filming it in HD, but I'm going to convert it to 2K just to show you the difference in quality. Hey, look, the autofocus works. Wow. Alright, volume, and volume. 2 volumes. That means that there's 2 separate amplifiers in here for each one side of the needle that controls stereo. And I'm thinking this has probably got like a 1 transistor amplifier. Depends on how much I can do. I'd flip it over and pull the guts out of it and show it to you, but it's kind of cool. And if you've got 2 separate volume knobs, that pretty much indicates you got 2 separate amplifiers in there. I'm sorry, it doesn't work any other way in my world, which is actually kind of cool, but I'm not sure why they did it that way unless it was cheaper for them. I have no idea. Maybe it's because this was designed to run mono and you can shut off one of the channels. I don't know. It's an interesting thing. You got some duct tape on top the whole corner. Got a crackage. Surprised that thing's not shattered. Wow. The dust covers feels like it's thicker plastic than the actual turntable. Anyway, what I wanted to say is GE had a brand that was Wildcat. This is Mustang. But I have seen Mustang GEs for sale on eBay, so I don't know what was going on with the naming conventions on these crappy Japanese plastic turntables, but they have a charm of their own. And look, there's some dirt right there I can clean off and feel really, really good about myself. No grime. Both speakers have their little plastic enclosures. Look at that. Alright, well, I just wanted to get back on the camera. After that first part was kind of crappy, so I'll hook a pair of speakers up to it, plug her in, stick on a platter, and let's see if she'll spin. This is my Bose that I got. Somebody gave this to me. Got a little Richard Marx there for you for a second. This one's got the CD player in it. They said something about the CD player. I haven't tried it yet. It may not work. From what I've read, none of the CD mechanisms last very long in these Bose, and they stopped making them. They actually stopped making these wave radios with the CDs because they were having so many returns and repair problems. And I've actually got the last generation of Bose in my bedroom that does not have this CD player. It's just a radio. Unfortunately, it's not Bluetooth, which kind of disappoints me, but it does have the remote, which helps out tremendously. But I like these. They sound good. They pick up a lot of stations. They're very non-troublesome. They're attractive. Yeah, it's pretty Spartan. You got your clock. You got a preset in there. That's pretty much it. The new one that I have, the last version of it, would actually scroll the station you were playing. It didn't have any of this on top. It was perfectly blank on top. You had to set the clock from the remote, I believe. Anyway, just want to show you this. I've been listening to this outside. It's so much easier for me. I've had so many radios out here that I've had a diddle fart with because there's such lousy reception, but this is picking up the 3 stations that I listen to without an antenna, and I don't have to fiddle around with metal antennas, wire antennas, anything. So yeah, it's a good outdoor radio. This one is anyway. I probably won't ultimately leave it out here a long time, but a couple days ain't gonna hurt it. But I just thought I'd show you this. The only reason I got this for free is the guy at the thrift store that I always not complain about, but he's very mercenary. There used to be some woman that worked in there that was a lot more negotiable, and she got moved on, and he got installed, and he's always putting price tags on everything. And that one I have in the bedroom was in like really beautiful shape. It was newer. I ended up getting out for $50, but he gave me this one because the CD player was having some kind of problem, and I guess he didn't want to deal with it. He looks at all this stuff before he puts it up for sale, mostly. But all right, well, that's where it is. Let me continue on with this ever longer saga. All right, for your viewing pleasure, I'm gonna hook up these. These are probably late '70s sound design speakers. The 2 plastic speakers that come with that little Mustang record player. I don't feel like hooking those up. They have RCA jacks on them, so I've got these that have RCA jacks on them already. And I thought it would be more fun to hook these up. Sound design, 5 watts RMS. You got a, what is that, an 8-inch speaker? Full range speaker for high fidelity. Input between 8 ohms, made in Taiwan. They're 608s. Sound design. You can hang them on the wall. Never taken these apart. I'm gonna go ahead and use these for the Mustang, and we'll see if we get anything out of it. Anyway, they're not in bad shape. I've had them for a long time. They're going into the unit. Yeah, kind of was using them there for a while on a small sound design tabletop receiver that I had that I wanted to play for a couple of weeks, and I did. And now I am putting the speakers back where they belong, like you put your toys back in your toy box, right? And here's my Magnus Audio Fighter Stone of Power. Ooh. Okay, let me hook up the Wildcat, the Mustang. Well, I got this set up. 45. Can you hear it? Barely. I'm getting static out of both speakers, but no record playage. Nothing. I think so. I was excited. There is a needle on here. This cartridge is DED. Anybody know what kind of cartridge that is? I'll have to look it up. Anyway, I guess the bottom line is we're not going to get any music out of this thing. There is no amplification. I can hear the needle harmonically playing the music, but it's not really coming through the speaker powered. That's kind of a shame. Maybe these are too high powered for this thing. I don't know. Anyway, that's where we're at. So, this does not have an on and off switch. Ooh. Yes, it does. Well, at least it's got an on and off switch. It's still trying to turn. This is Discussion and Percussion, Mike Simpson, long playing hi-fi editor. So, we will be getting nothing at all. The little record player that couldn't. Oh, well. Okay, well, that's what I had. Here's the cover. Here's the cover. Discussion and Percussion. I'll have to work on this, apparently. I just wanted to show it to you. I was thinking maybe it worked, but apparently it does not. However, that being said, it's an interesting thing.